Greetings from Diane Washburn. Reverend Joyce asked me to record some of my memories of the traditions of our church. So first, the hanging of the greens. Since I was a child in this church, I have very fond memories of the first Sunday afternoon in Advent. This special Sunday was dedicated to the preparing and decorating of the church for Christmas. Don Bechtel obtained and set up a real tree in the chancel. In the fellowship hall, the women of the church arranged several stations with tables, chairs, and all the supplies needed for crafting a variety of decorations. Sometimes the ornaments would be used on the church tree, and sometimes, if we were lucky, they could be taken home. I remember once using old Christmas cards that Nita Springer had collected through the years. Always there was a table for the younger children to ice already baked, cut out sugar cookies. This table was manned by Mabel Reinhardt. Wreaths for the church's doors and arrangements for the windowsills were made of evergreens by the older kids and adults. This decorating afternoon was followed by a potluck dinner, and the iced sugar cookies were the dessert. After the meal, all went upstairs for a brief service involving the lighting of the first Advent candle. When the numbers of children diminished, this tradition was morphed into a Sunday service for the hanging of the greens, with our pastor explaining the symbolism of each decoration used. That has now continued, making this decorating of the church a very special time. The Moravian Star. The Moravian Church, a denomination of Protestantism, originated in what is today's Czech Republic region. The star was first produced as a lesson in geometry classes in Moravian boarding schools in Germany. The Moravian stars were then carried out into the world by missionaries and now primarily proclaim the hope of Advent. Our first Moravian star was provided by Mike and Vivian Miller sometime around 1980. According to Vivian, they had a connection with some Moravian churches through relatives and had been to at least one of their Christmas services. They liked the stars so much that they purchased one for their home as well as one for our church. Since that time, one has hung in the chancel throughout Advent. The poinsettia tree. Don Kneisel built the poinsettia tree base, I believe sometime in the 1980s, as I think it was already established when I returned to the area. He continued to be the person in charge of poinsettia orders yearly as long as he was able to do so. Then others took over that duty to continue this as an annual tradition. The Esther Manuel mitten tree. I remember my Aunt Esther knitting often through my childhood and was the recipient of knit slippers several years as Christmas gifts. I believe that was when she started knitting hats, mittens, and scarves to be given to those in need. She would bring a bag full that she had crafted throughout the year to the church so that they could be distributed to children. The mission board then decided that this would be a worthy collection for the entire church, so the annual Esther Manuel mitten tree was born. Her daughter Sonia Kneisel kept up this tradition of hand knitting hats and scarves after Aunt Esther passed on. In the later years, the donations have been given to Love in the Name of Christ for distribution. The Haven Center gift card tree. Our church has supported the Haven Center for the homeless for many years. About 15 years ago or so, it was found that the center had a need for fast food gift cards, as they would provide these to clients going out to do errands away from the facility, as when going to job interviews. The pastor and mission board decided to have this be another giving tree for the Christmas season. I have treasured our church traditions throughout the years and hope that these recollections of mine have triggered some of your fond memories of Christmases past at Brownhelm UCC. Sadly, this year, amidst the COVID outbreak, many of these traditions will be placed on hold. The mission board did set up the giving trees and are encouraging the usual donations of winter knitwear and $5 fast food gift cards for those in need. My Christmas prayer for all of you is to please continue to be safe and keep healthy throughout this holiday season and the coming year.